Hello and welcome to Cinemazi Studios. I'm Gautam Chintamani. This is a brand new year. Many things have changed, but some things remain the same. You remain the same, we remain the same, and the films that we keep revisiting remain the same. At Cinemazi, we enjoy going back in time and relooking at films that have come to define Indian cinema in more ways than what meets the eye. Last year was a very problematic year, to say the least. It forced many changes upon us, and most of us also had, for the want of any other word, the luxury of time to go back and visit some of the films that we had not seen for a very long time, discover old films once again, and rediscover some new facets of old films. Now, one of the films that kind of follows on the same path is David Dhawan's new film, Coolie Number One. Now, David Dhawan was one of the most popular, one of the most successful filmmakers in popular Hindi films through the decade of 1990s. There has not been perhaps any other filmmaker who dominated the medium as much as David G did in the 1990s. Now, David Dhawan is back with a new film, which is a remake of his old film, which was a remake of a Tamil film. Now, are you confused? Perhaps you are, but if you know David Dhawan, then there's no reason to be confused. We are not talking as much about the new Coolie Number One, because there's no point in talking about the new Coolie Number One, because let's just say that there's no point. But having said that, and no disrespect meant to the new film, there's a lot in the original Coolie Number One, which released in 1995 and completed 25 years. That was one of the first big hits of the Govinda-David Dhawan combination. And it just took the comedy narrative and the genre of comedy to a new level. There were a lot of problems in the film. It's not some film which can be recommended as the ideal watching, but that is what an actor like Govinda and a filmmaker like David Dhawan could do back in the 1990s when they were at their prime. They could take substandard, even below par material and just take it to some new level. And this is what we are going to relook in today's episode. So thanks for watching us through the last year, and thanks for being here. Let's just go back in time. The brilliance of a few filmmakers lies in the fact that the moment you think of a particular genre or a particular period of cinema, you automatically think of that filmmaker's name. Now, one such name is David Dhawan. Very few filmmakers managed to dominate popular Hindi films in the 1990s or through the decade as much as David Dhawan. One of the big reasons for the kind of impact that David G had on Hindi films had to do with Govinda. Govinda's golden period is synonymous with David Dhawan, and so is David Dhawan's best works of David Dhawan cannot exist without Govinda. Having said that, David Dhawan started off as an editor. And the kind of films that we associate David G with today are not the kind of films that he cut his teeth while he was an editor. Now, films like Saransh or Naam are not the ideal kind of films which you would associate in the David Dhawan film category. Having said that, he was a very well-known editor, liked by filmmakers of that time for the simple reason that he was a no-nonsense editor and a very fast editor. And when it comes to Hindi films, especially popular Hindi films of 70s and 80s, a lot of these films were, like they say, made on the editing table. बहुत टाइम ऐसा होता था कि कुछ चीज़ें मिलती नहीं थी, कुछ शॉट ठीक नहीं होते थे, तो ये एक एडिटर की ही खूबी थी, who could make the best of whatever material was there. And this is why editors usually tend to make very good filmmakers, because they know what they need more than the director, and they know what the final frame would be like or what the final product would be like, and this helps them to plan their blocking, so on and so forth. Having said that, when David Dhawan decided to become a filmmaker, the very first film that he did, Taakatvar and Gola Barood, Taakatvar had Govinda in it, and I remember watching that film when it first came out, because it also had Sanjay Dutt, and there was a very, one of those funny situational songs. My name is John DeMello, Ding Dong Wala. That was Govinda's name in the film.
I'm John DeMello, Ding Dong Wala, Ding Dong Wala, Ding Dong Wala, Jeb hai khali, dil mat wala, dil mat wala.
That partnership became important right from the onset of David Dhawan's career, because here was an actor who was in more ways than one a complete actor. Govinda could do comedy, Govinda could do action, Govinda could do the usual song and dance routine, but very few filmmakers had tapped into Govinda's comic timing. And even in a film like Taakatvar, which was essentially an action film, David Dhawan managed to do that.
वैसा तो अपन का नाम जॉन डिमेलो डिंग डोंग वाला है, लेकिन मुसलमान की गली में जाए तो रहमान भाई, सुलेमान भाई, उस्मान भाई, गोरन भाई। हिंदू की गली में जाए तो शिव शंकर, भोलेनाथ, कैलाशपति, दूध वाला। अब जैसा जैसा गली बदलता है वैसा वैसा नाम बदलता है, और जैसा जैसा मोहल्ला बदलता है वैसा वैसा काम बदलता है। चला गांडी बेटी निकाल के जल्दी से बीड़ी सुलगा देना, अपन के पास टाइम कम थी, काम जास्ती है।
David Dhawan was still trying to find his bearings, and some of his initial films were not comedy in the manner of speaking. They were films like Aag Ka Gola, Jurrat, which had Kumar Gaurav, and it was a remake of Brian De Palma's Untouchables. Early 1990s is when David Dhawan actually came into his own and found that sweet spot. And that film which did that was Swarg. Swarg, again, was a huge family drama. The canvas was quite big. It had Rajesh Khanna, Juhi Chawla, Madhvi, Paresh Rawal, Satish Kaushik, and of course Govinda. Now this is the film where Govinda had a very nice role because it gave him an entire gamut of emotions to display on the big screen. There was a classic comedy.
और जब आदमी की सेहत खराब हो जाती है ना जानी, तो अच्छे अच्छों को याद आ जाती है नानी। हम तो सिर्फ एक ही बात कहेंगे कि देर से उठना बुरी बात होती है, अब बुरी बात होती है, और 3 बार अब बुरी बात होती है।
Dramatic scene.
बहुत याद आती है आपकी, बहुत याद आती।
There were nice love songs with Juhi Chawla. So it gave an entire bouquet, so to speak, for Govinda the actor to tap into. But the next film that they did together is what really set the ball rolling, and this was Shola Aur Shabnam. Govinda was going through a very bad phase. He had also had a kind of a fallout with Palaj Nihlani, the guy who had launched him with films like Ilzam. And this was a sort of a homecoming for Govinda. Many people did not expect Shola Aur Shabnam to do great business or even make a dent, because it had Divya Bharati, who was then a ranked newcomer. It had Govinda going through a very bad phase. And it had David Dhawan, who had the caliber to be a good filmmaker, but had only one big hit, so to speak, Swarg. Shola Aur Shabnam changed everything. It ushered in the return of Govinda. It ushered in this David Dhawan Govinda phase. And a few years later, when the two got together for Aankhein, everything changed after that. Now, through the course of 1990s, almost every year, a Govinda David Dhawan film would be in the top 5 or top 3 box office hits. Films like Raja Babu, Sajan Chale Sasural, Hero Number 1, Coolie Number 1, Deewana Mastana. There are a lot of films. But what really stands out in this body of work, of course, is Aankhein, because it's the beginning of that David Dhawan Govinda juggernaut, but also Coolie Number 1. Because Coolie Number 1 released in 1995. This was a time where the industry was transitioning from Hindi cinema, Hindi film industry to this global dream machine called Bollywood. This is the same year where you have Rangila and where you have Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. So to imagine a film like Coolie Number 1, which for the want of any other word is essentially targeted for the masses, so to speak, the front bencher, so to speak, you did not expect that film to become such a big hit. Now, Coolie Number 1 was a remake of a Tamil film called Chinna Mappillai. It was written by Crazy Mohan, excellent comedian and great comic timing, and P. Kalaimani. Now, many tropes in certain cinemas, such as Tamil and Telugu cinema, are not readily transported or interpreted for Hindi films. This is because of the socio-cultural fabric of the society, that certain things work better in a particular language and may not be that effective in any other language. And this is where David Dhawan shines. This is where Govinda shines. You give them substandard, even below par material, and they suddenly take it to a new level. Now, Coolie Number 1, the dialogues were written by the great Kader Khan, and the screenplay was written by Rumi Jafri. The film is problematic in many ways. The entire premise of the film is that lies are fine. Now, I'm no prude, or this is not a moralistic lecture, but come on, really, how much can you push a lie? A white lie here, or a lie that that is in fun is fine, but if you're tinkering around with lives and playing with people's emotions, then lies don't really have that same impact. The biggest problem with Coolie number one, the film is about happy-go-lucky coolie Raju, who's coolie number one, Sadashiv Amrapurkar, actually one of those matchmakers. So Sadashiv ji is insulted by Kader Khan because Kader Khan is a rich zamindar and he does not like the idea that a regular middle-class person is being pitched, for marriage by this matchmaker. And he insults the matchmaker, throws him out, and the matchmaker then decides to, take revenge.
नहीं मिलने तो जरूर आऊंगा।
काय के लिए?
जब तक मिलूंगा नहीं, चैन नहीं आएगा।
तू मुझे धमकी दे रहा है क्या?
नहीं, धमकी नहीं दे रहा हूँ, लेकिन मिलने जरूर आऊंगा।
And he asks this happy-go-lucky coolie to pose as a rich man and impress the zamindar's daughter played by Karishma Kapoor and marry her, and because this is how they will teach the father a lesson. Now, utterly atrocious if you ask me on many levels, but this is a film and let's just go with the flow. Even in this kind of a simplistic premise, what Govinda does, Govinda's excellent comic timing.
मेरे जवाई, ए तू पागल हो गया क्या? हाँ, तू पागल हो गया क्या? तेरे को आंखों से दिखाई नहीं देता तो चश्मा लगा, चश्मे से दिखाई नहीं देता तो दूरबीन लगा, क्या दिमाग लगा के रखा?
And he's surrounded by these actors who have brilliant comic timing. You have Kader Khan, you have Sadashiv Amrapurkar, you have Shakti Kapoor, you even have Karishma Kapoor. I think when it comes to the 1990s, very few heroines had that kind of comic timing after Sridevi and Madhuri Dixit. The kind that Karishma Kapoor had. She was brilliant, and the fact that you could match steps with Govinda, that is good enough. Very few people can do that. The film has its moments. There are a lot of funny instances, but the fun or the comic element is heightened not just by slapstick comedy or situational comedy, but also that fine writing. There are many dialogues in the film which is just brilliant, to say the least. And when you have Govinda delivering them, it's something else.
और हमारा हेलीकॉप्टर तुम वहां पर हेलीपैड बना वहीं पे उतरेगा।
हाँ।
और पिछली तरफ तुम रेलवे प्लेटफॉर्म बनाओ।
रेलवे प्लेटफॉर्म? वो किस लिए सर?
माल कहाँ उतरेगा?
हाँ।
माल कहाँ उतरेगा?
लेकिन सर उसके लिए परमिशन?
तुम उसकी फिक्र मत करो, मैंने प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब से बात कर ली है।
वेरी गुड सर।
कुंवर साहब,
अरे भाई क्या है, रेलवे प्लेटफॉर्म अभी तक बना नहीं, कुली का काम करने के लिए लोग आ गए।
नहीं, गांव के भूखे नंगे लोग आ जाते हैं सर, आप फिक्र मत करिए, मैं इन्हें देख लेता हूं।
तुम एक काम करो, तुम इसको हमाली पे लगा दो।
जी सर।
अच्छा सुनो,
हाँ।
यहाँ पर गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा है,
हाँ।
मैं अपनी AC BC DC कार में जाकर बैठता हूँ।
The combination of Kader Khan, Govinda, and David Dhawan, Shakti Kapoor, and this group, they gave a lot of hits after that. And I think one of the better films of that combination would be Deewana Mastana, because Deewana Mastana still has aged very well.
बीमारी का बहाना बनाकर नया से मिलते हो। अरे मरीज तो वो होता है जो डॉक्टर को एक बार मिलता है और 3 बार दवाई खाता है। तुम नया से 3 बार मिलते हो और दवाई एक बार भी नहीं खाते हो।
If you see Coolie number one today, or if you see a film like Raja Babu or Aankhein, if you just disregard their shortcomings, even then you have to bring in a grand sense of suspension of disbelief in order to enjoy these films. That is not the case with Deewana Mastana. Deewana Mastana still shines to some extent. Even Hero number one shines because it's a remake of Bawarchi and it has a little bit of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. It does not have those other problems that besieged popular Hindi films at that time. You had a certain kind of socialistic messaging happening in the films, or you're celebrating, or you're just enjoying. जो कमी है जिंदगी की, उसको आप इतना हाईलाइट कर देते हैं और उसमें इतनी खुशी ढूंढ लेते हैं कि कहीं आपको लगता है कि अगर ये कमियां चली जाएं, if life were to become fine, then maybe you would not be as close-knit a family or as happy a unit. It's against the basic human nature, but then once again, these are popular Hindi films. And let's just leave our brains at home and not interpret them beyond a point. Why would you want to remake a film like Coolie number one today? When this generation is not as familiar with the tropes like a coolie or matchmakers going from home to home and trying to connect families. Well, the simple reason is the idiom which drives Hindi films, or at least drove Hindi films, the mentality of Hindi film producer through the 80s and 90s. Hit hai to fit hai. If it works in Tamil, it can work in Hindi. If it works in Telugu, it can work in Hindi. And if it has worked in Hindi, why can it not work in Hindi again? The other reason for remaking these films is that the kind of films that David Dhawan would make, or the kind of cinema that David Dhawan would be comfortable making, does not have any takers anymore. It doesn't work. It's a miracle that it worked back then, but other factors were responsible, like we spoke about. Also, that somebody like a Varun Dhawan has designed his career on the lines of a Salman Khan and a Govinda. Now, for what it's worth, a lot of big hits of Govinda and Salman Khan were directed by David Dhawan, and these are the kind of films that Varun probably grew up watching, and it also works like a good package. So you have David Dhawan remaking his own great hit Coolie Number 1 from 1995, and you have Varun Dhawan. So the press will have a lot to write about, the PR agencies will have a lot to pitch. In the end, someone once said that film is essentially 3 or 4 great scenes, and everything else happening is a way to connect these things. So even Varun Dhawan can think of 3 or 4 funny moments, good scenes to be put in a Judwa remake, or in a Coolie Number 1 remake, or in a film like Main Tera Hero, which was directed by his father, and it just takes these classic Govinda moments and then puts them together for a younger, newer generation. Now, I haven't seen the new Coolie Number 1, and I don't think a lot of us would be watching it, because why would you want to, tinker around with the memories of the original, so to speak, when it's still around to see? I can still go back and watch Coolie Number 1, but only for Govinda and Kader Khan and certain scenes, like the one where they are pretending for the Zameen, where Sadashiv Amrapurkar and Govinda are trying to put up this act that they're very rich, and Govinda says कि शादी के बाद उसको 2-4 फैक्ट्रियां दान में दे दूंगा, फिर उसका भी स्टैंडर्ड बढ़ जाएगा.
मोहब्बत तो अंधी होती है रे. अरे चौधरी का लेवल आज नीचे है तो क्या हुआ? हम उसके बेटे से शादी करने के बाद उसे 2-4 फैक्ट्री दान कर देंगे, और उसके बाद उसका स्टैंडर्ड खुद ब खुद उड़ जाएगा.
He's talking like Sanjeev Kumar in that scene. So these are the kind of scenes that you still enjoy. And of course, songs. I mean, Husn Hai Suhana, the original.
गोरिया ने पागल मुझे किया, गोरिया ने पागल मुझे किया, गोरिया चुराना मेरा जिया, गोरिया चुराना मेरा जिया.
It still has that beat which the new one doesn't. So it's a tall order. And no matter how hard you try, you cannot match it. It's also a tragedy of sorts that Govinda and David Dhawan had a fallout. Now, a lot of press covered it, and there were stories about the reason why they had a falling out. One of the reasons was that Govinda had pitched the idea of a remake of Chashme Baddoor to David Dhawan, and he wanted to play, ideally, he wanted to play the Saeed Jafri character. And they tried to put the project together, but when things came to a pass, Rishi Kapoor ended up doing that role and not Govinda. Rishi Kapoor and David Dhawan had also worked in the past, and one of Rishi Kapoor's later hits, Bol Radha Bol, was directed by David Dhawan as well. So there was also some kind of a camaraderie there, but of course not the kinds that Govinda and David Dhawan enjoyed. And since then, it's been reported that these two haven't spoken. It's a tragedy because Govinda is dying to get a good, nice role. And it would be fun to see and revisit these kind of characters 20-25 years later and see how life turned out for them. That is something that might not happen, might never happen. But it's a good thought to think about. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane and reliving things of Coolie Number 1. It's a film which, like I said earlier, also has a lot of problems, a lot of flaws, but there is still something fun in that film. And I'm going to rewatch the film again after talking about this because the memories have come alive. I hope you do that too. Keep watching our videos, and thank you so much for your comments and your requests and the things that you share with us. Do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and hope to see you soon down another memory lane. Thanks for watching.